Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy Show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. This show airs each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. Here on YouTube's Michael Jackson's channel too, Michael Datcher channel. It goes into 4:45 p.m. On Facebook Live. We are show entrepreneurs, those who have their own business, those who like to own their own business, and those who simply would like to live like a boss. Today we're talking about the connection between belief and productivity. What is that tie between believing beyond belief, believing when others don't believe, believing in yourself and in others, and in the vision, the purpose, the dream, even though other people may doubt you and think you're a little bit crazy, right? And what is the connection between that attitude and productivity? So we're talking about belief and productivity today. Allow me to say a few words about myself first. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller, Raising Fences, which was a Today Show book of the month. Picked that book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called my people, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel, Americas, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson, a story about identical twin sons. That book comes out February 2018. Bookstores everywhere. That's on Third World Press. Bookstores everywhere. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate, my master's from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I'm currently a professor of English lit at LMU here in California, in Los Angeles. I'm an expert at being productive, right? I don't say that to brag, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I'm the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to a single divorcee, who was great, again, but at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet, as Kool Modi famously said, "Hi, you like me now," right? And if I can be this productive through joy, many of us can be productive as well and do it through joy. And that my own personal situation, my own personal narrative, in many ways inspires our business, inspires this show as well, because we understand what it's like to go through hardship, to come to emerge out of hardship, to emerge out of difficulty, then what you have to do to get to the next level, to move beyond that particular milieu. And for many people like us who come through difficulty, whose origins are difficult in nature, that difficulty becomes our built-in excuse as to why we can't ball. We have a built-in and a very good excuse. I have a lot of good excuses about why I cannot ball, why I shouldn't have been balling this hard. But when we can, instead of focusing on that unfairness or that hardship or that difficulty, how someone did us wrong, when we can emerge through that, guys, we inspire people who are like us to say, well, if that person can do it, if she can do it, maybe we can do it as well. And that's a part of what we want to do, is inspire people to be their highest selves, to be their most productive selves, and to do it through joy, all right? Now, as you may also be able to discern from our show's title, we're also interested in the power and the technology, as you can tell from my last comments, of using joy itself as a technology to move us towards our goals and objectives. We encourage everyone on this show to start their own business that they may be able to fund their own dream project, right? We are a productivity enhancement company for those who want to live in abundance like a boss, right? If that's you, you've found the right place. Please go to productivethroughjoy.com. And I'm trying to get our sound properly working here. Throughjoy.com. And see about us. We offer Life 101 Productive Through Joy Consulting. We also speak to universities, schools, and organizations with a special interest, as you can imagine, given my background with the youth, helping the youth to become more productive in these very complicated times. All right. You can also go to Michael Datcher YouTube channel, of course on YouTube, and michaeldatcher.com to see about us. Please, if you're enjoying the show thus far, please swipe left or right on your device to invite people to join the conversation, and also to reach out and see what we do. All right, thanks for being here. Let's dive in. So today, again, we're talking about belief and productivity. And in the morning show, we like to also touch on the ideal of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. Listen, sometimes we wake up in the morning hella early, and already trouble is on our mind because we brought some trouble from our dream state into our sleep state. and then we woke up with that same issue on our mind, go through our day with that issue on our mind, and all of the concomitant stress related to that issue. When you have problems, as we all do, and you don't have an effective way to deal with them, you get stressed. And as we know from modern science, stress is a killer, especially for black people, people of color, women. It's a very difficult thing to negotiate the planet and as an interracialized body, a gendered body, just more complicated. That's what it is. People reading your body and responding in ways that are oftentimes irrational. I know I faced a lot of that in my life, just people tripping on me because strangers, people I actually know. I mean, it's really disappointing because race still, as we know, plays an outsized role in how people view other people. Although I think I'm a pretty friendly guy, reasonable guy, nice guy. People still doing what people do. And much of it is racially tinged, honestly, just people responding to race. So I'm just making that sidebar note to say that that's very stressful because you're having to make decisions about who to check, when to check, what to let go. It's just like a lot. That's on top of your other drama, raising your kids, having a business, payroll, whatever you got to do in your life. I mean, it's a lot going on. So we help people to deal with stress because that's one of the practical things that we find impinges upon people's ability to be enjoyed. So we speak about stress alleviation in the context of ritual. Ritual can be defined as essentially doing the same thing at around the same time. What does that mean? It's best seen through example. So in the mornings, I wake up at 3:45 a.m. As part of my morning ritual, I read a couple of spiritual or business books. I do our show at 4:45 a.m. Until about 5. At 5, I work on my current novel until sunrise. At sunrise, I go to the beach. I live here along the coast in Venice Beach, California. I meditate, pray, do yoga, bring my drum out there. I drum. It's really powerful. I come back, I work on my current book for a while longer. Then I go back to the beach, run to the beach, run all the way up past Santa Monica's Pier, all the way back, run all the way back here to Venice to go to my gym, go to the gym. So by 9:30, guys, I'm feeling amazing. My body is being flooded with endorphins, and I leverage that euphoric feeling to move me towards my goals and objectives. Now, we're not saying do what I do, but we are saying do something because life happens to us every damn day. If you aren't ready every damn day, that could be a problem, right? Because life will run you as opposed to running your life. So I'm reading 2 great books now. I'm reading the Nag Hammadi Library. Bam, this book is a book of kind of ancient spiritual scriptures. I'm also reading a book by Jen Sincero called You Are a Badass at Making Money. What's that book in? Let me show it to you. Here it is. It's part of my morning reading. And both of these, that book deals with having a wealth mindset, basically. Yeah, because many of us have kind of outdated ideas about wealth. We think that money is bad. Money's not bad. Wealth isn't bad. Wealth is good. It gives you options, allows you to create generational wealth, not just you, but for your children's children, so they can have access to resources in a very competitive world. And as people of color, as a black person, that's super duper important because we face a myriad of seen and unseen challenges. So from those 2 books, I read them each morning until I finish them, then bring in new books, of course. But now I'm reading these 2 books. And from them I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. Today's morning chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, I believe in the magic of miracles because I am the magic of miracles. Right? As a meditating natural mystic, I believe in the magic of miracles because I am the magic of miracles. Boom. So I think about that throughout my day. I think about, in that case, the fact that life itself, I'm a miracle. We all are miracles. That's the point. Not just me. It isn't only me who's the miracle. We all are miracles. Life, the body is a miracle. The mind is miraculous, right? But too often we're outside of that magic and we forget who we are and what we're made of. The same primordial substance as God. Anyway, so I take that idea. I think about that throughout my day and contemplate that. And also create the morning and afternoon shows based upon that reading. So today, we are talking about belief and productivity, right? So let's start. Oh, we're good. Yeah, so I'm sorry, go to please go to the Michael Datcher YouTube channel. See about us. All the videos are there. Really, really powerful. All free. Become a subscriber. It's free. Also, go to michaeldatcher.com. All right, let's dive in. So point one in our show about belief and productivity is that you have to develop belief. I mean, again, I talked about some of us come from difficult situations. And when you've been through hardship, that can definitely impact your belief. You're like, not again, or, So part of the challenge is to not allow circumstance to define your level of belief, all right? What does that mean? Well, at times when you see people around you not doing well, or if you've had a series of consistent struggles, that begins to chip away at your confidence, at your belief that things can go your way. At the same time, there's that level of it. So you have to be able to focus on not the circumstance, but on who you are, what you're made of, which is point one. Point two is that the thing about being able to focus on who you are, in our teaching, we do that by having a spiritual practice. Part of what we talked about this morning, I mentioned this morning, about my morning ritual, meditating, yoga, every day, meditating, yoga, prayer, visualization. We help people create a morning ritual. I just gave you mine briefly. It can be anything, actually, based upon what your lifestyle, your belief system. We just ritualize it, so it happens every day. And at times, for me, throughout the day, I find ways to return to it. So it's not simply a morning thing. The core, the foundation is your morning time. And then throughout your day, you just tap into it. I mentioned placing my morning channel on my phone, posting about it online, just being reminded about it throughout my day. And so as you begin to engage in that ritual, you begin to actually break through. You begin to have victories in the face of challenge. And as you consistently begin to have victory in the face of challenge, it builds your belief because you're tapping into what you really are and what you really can do. And that's when the belief thing begins to really turn on its head. You go from having circumstance define your belief about what you can do and who you are to circumstance and moving through it because you believe and know who you are. That begins to be how you build your belief, how you build your success, how you build your power in the face of struggle, right? Because you've done it again and again and again, over and over again. And that's where the magic kicks in. It's like you begin to have faith, belief in yourself. Because you know that yourself is not just this physical body, that you are the thing itself. You are that primordial energy. Even when people are thinking you're crazy I've got so many crazy stories like that. I mean, where things were not looking good for the MD. And I was like, you know what? I believe. Oh my God. I believe. And I kept working at it, kept meditating and also doing the physical work and doing my due diligence. And when that victory came through, I just got chills just now thinking about various things in my life that have been just like that. I mean, extraordinary odds, guys. Bringing through the victory by tapping into the power that's in all of us. When you begin to do that, that goes to the next level. That brings you to your next level where you start having this incredible amount of productivity, incredible amount of joy, because you know that the Spirit has you, because you are the Spirit, and the Spirit cannot operate against itself. That's when your life changes, guys. When life is good, and good irrespective of circumstance, because you're in such deep gratitude about who you are, what you have, and what life is all about. All right, so thanks for listening. I'm a little fired up right now. I'm geeked and I'm fired up, right? We want you to feel that as well. Please go to productivethroughjoy.com. Holler at us. Go to Michael Datcher's YouTube channel. Go to michaeldatcher.com. See about what we do. We offer live one-on-one Productive Through Joy consulting. We also love to come out and speak to organizations, schools, colleges, of course, as well. The youth is one of our specialties because we want to help the youth, because we come from, in this business, difficult childhoods. So we have a special heart for the youth. Reach out to us. Thanks for being here. We will see you this afternoon. We air each weekday morning at 4:45 a.m. then 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.